Hi guys, welcome to the second lecture in the GST chapter for class 10, ICSE class 10. Again, I'll be looking at sums from concise mathematics. These are some very famous types that is usually asked in the boards, okay? And I would help you solve them. You don't need to know any complicated formulae for these. Very simple solution. There'll be a method which I will be following. Once you go through that, you'll be able to solve these sums pretty simply, right? So let's get started. Let's look at our first sum. Product is sold from Kanpur to Banaras for 12,000 and then from Banaras to Ranchi, that's in Jharkhand, at a profit of 4,000. So look at the wording they're using, at a profit of 4,000. If the rate of GST is 18%, find the net GST payable at Banaras. So our first step will be columns. So firstly, we're going to make some columns. We're going from Kanpur, right? Then we're going to Banaras, and then the product is going from Banaras to Ranchi. Alright, these are going to be our columns. I'll just divide Remember, them. We are only concerned with what the SP is. So in every place, we'll be writing SP. A product is sold from Kanpur to Banaras for 12,000. So the SP at Kanpur was 12,000. And then from Banaras to Ranchi at a profit of 4K. So the CP for this guy will be 12K. 12,000, but he sold it at a profit of 4,000. So his SP will be rupees 12,000 plus 4,000, which will be rupees 16,000. And we have to find net GST, the net GST payable at Banaras. So here we don't care much about what happens at Ranchi. All we know is that the person at Ranchi bought the product for 16,000. It's not going to be of any consequence in the sum. Now let's look at this GST at Kanpur. I will call it GST1. GST is 18%. So to calculate the GST is basically rate of tax into SP. That's 18% into 12,000. Once we calculate this, let's see GST2 over here. GST2 over here will again be 18% of 16,000. So net GST payable at Banaras is nothing but always GST2 minus GST1. Okay, so you will get 2880 minus 2160. This will give you about rupees 720. And this is your answer, guys. Is you make the columns. Second step is you write the selling prices. And third step is you calculate the individual GSTs. And then it's usually going to be GST2 minus GST1 or the right side minus the left side. And that will end up giving you your answer, which is down over here. Rupees 720 is your answer. Go on to the next one. Now you will see how my method helps you, or you can say the column method helps you. You will see how it helps in this sum, solved example number 10. Right, so the reason I picked up this 10 sum and I'm saying it will be helpful with the column method is because a new concept is introduced over here called input tax. All you have to remember that our normal tax is calculated on SP. So remember that input tax is always calculated on CP. So here we will need the CP of A and here we will need the CP of B. Just remember that. Rest all the steps remain the same. Now let's go right into it. First, I'll make my columns. Just make some columns real fast. Okay, A, B, and C are three dealers. Now let's read the sum. A, B, C, three dealers in a GST chain here. So obviously here there'll be A, there'll be B here, and there'll be C. A sells to B, B sells to C. Okay. They've told us A buys the product from someone at 2,000 and he sells it at a profit of 500. So he sells it at 2,500. Okay, then B bought it. The CP for B will be rupees 2,500 because A sold it to him. So his CP will be 2500 and he sold it at another profit to C, and C's CP becomes 3500. So first you figure all this out, then the rest is very simple. Now in order to solve the sub questions, you just need a bunch of data. It's actually pretty easy. We just remove all the data and keep it ready. They've told us the GST rate is 18%. So first we will find the input tax. Okay, input tax for A. I'll call it IGST. Input GST for A will be 18% of 2000 because we have to take it on the CP. Remember, this will be rupees 360. Okay. His normal GST, if you want to see the difference, will be 18% of 2500, which will be nothing but rupees 18 into 25 is nothing but 450. Then we can find the input GST for B, that's IGSTB, will be 18% into CP of B. CP of B is 2500. So here it is 450. And we will find the normal GST for B, which will be 18% of 3500, which is nothing but 18 into 35, you can say 18 into 35, which is nothing but 630. Now what else do we have to find? What else do we have to find? We have to find total cost price for dealer C. Now when they ask you total cost price for dealer C, you need to find net SP of B because he sold it to C, right? So what was the total bill amount for C is basically the total SP of B. So net SP is nothing but SP plus GSTB or SP plus tax. So 3500 plus 630 will come out to rupees 4130. So his net CP or C's net CP is rupees 4130. Now let's look at what they have asked us. They've asked us to find input tax by A, input tax B, total cost of C, and output GST for C. If you notice, we found actually everything. Firstly, input tax of A, this is your part 1. Input tax of B, this is your part 2. This is your net SP, part C. And lastly, the fourth sub question is a tricky sub question because it's output GST for dealer C. Now remember, output GST is nothing but your normal GST, and GST is calculated on your selling price. But C has not sold it to anyone, so your output GST for C will be nothing but rupees 0. This is how the column method will help you solve such sums by removing all the data very simply. Let's look at another important type of question. A shopkeeper sells an article for 1770 with GST. A customer willing to buy this article asks the shopkeeper to reduce the price so that he pays only 1888 including GST. If the shopkeeper agrees for this, how much reduction will the shopkeeper give? So we need to find how much discount will the shopkeeper give in order to meet the customer at his value. So the customer is basically trying to bargain with the shopkeeper. He's saying, Bhaiya, you don't do this. Um, Instead of giving me 1770 plus tax, give me this much total, including tax. Okay. So firstly, let's look at actual. Let's look at the actual SP. So SP given by the shopkeeper is nothing but rupees 1770 with 18% GST. Okay. So the tax. Okay. Now the customer is saying you make net SP. Customer wants net SP equal to 1888. So customer wants, what is the formula for net SP? Net SP is nothing but SP plus tax has to be, this is SP what he is offering, this is the SP that is needed. SP plus tax has to be 1,888. So let's assume this SP2 to be X, some amount X plus tax. Tax is always on the SP, so it will be 0.18x equals 1,888. This will be 1.18x is equal to 1,888. X will be, now this X is nothing but the SP2 or the selling price the customer wants. The shopkeeper will have to give a reduction of obviously rupees, the original SP was charging minus what the customer will need, which is rupees 170. So this is the reduction required. Very simple sum. All you had to do was play around with net SP ka formula. Remember, I'll just note it down over here that net selling price or net SP is equal to SP plus tax, and tax is nothing but tax percent into SP, which is exactly what I have written over here. I assumed SP2 to be X and I took the tax on the X. Okay, X plus 0.18x will give you 1,888. And that is how we find the SP what the customer wants. And then this is going to be again solved by a similar type, I would say the column method itself. So let's go ahead and read it. See, there's an article at marked price at 6,000. Wholesaler sells it to dealer at 20% discount. The dealer further sells to customer at 10% discount on marked price. If the rate of GST at each stage is 18%, find the amount of tax paid by dealer to government. Okay, now please don't get confused. The discount, okay, they are giving discount, discount, and discount. But remember that your marked price, okay, your marked price is a very important factor. Why? Because marked price minus discount is equal to selling price. This is going to be something important we're using over here. Let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead and wholesaler sells it to dealer and the dealer sells it to customer. Marked price remains the same throughout, okay? Marked price remains the same throughout. Because the marked price is what is printed on the tag. It remains the same for all three levels of the sale. So first to write this only, what is the marked price. Next, wholesaler sells it to dealer at a 20% discount. Selling price is equal to MP minus discount offered, that is 20 upon 100 into 6,000 over here. So this will be 1/5 of it. So that will be 6,000 minus 1,200. And alright, same thing do over here. Selling price is MP minus discount, marked price is nothing but 6,000, and dealer sells it to customer at a discount of 10%. So zero point 0.1 into 6,000. What's 6,000 minus 600? 5,400. So our GST2 is nothing but 0.18 into 5,400. Now they're asking us what is the GST paid by the dealer. This is like the type 1 sum. This is like the first sum we solved today. So GST2 minus GST1 is GST paid by dealer. That's rupees 972 minus 864. This turns out to be. So answer is nothing but 108 rupees. Just going to zoom in over here a little, right? Highlight it. The answer is nothing but 108 rupees. Alright guys, I hope you understood these sums. Firstly, you need to keep in mind I discussed all the types that will be there in your exercise. So I think if you understood this video properly, you'll be able to solve any sum thrown at you from this chapter. Drop by in the comments. Let me know how do you feel about this method. Okay, if you had any difficulties, let me know in the comments. If you love the video, subscribe and hit share it with some classmates also who are a little weak at this chapter, right? So I hope you guys had a great time. I'll see you in my next video.